And at the end of it, Whitehouse, they are 3 for 1 in the Cars Manufacturing power play.
The Social Development Commission is your partner in community development. Contact your SDC parish office to get the support needed to start, build, or strengthen your community organization. Be the change that you want to see in your community. Be a good SDC trooper and support the Social Development Commission. Building communities, building Jamaica.
Was the Cars National Community T20 Cricket Semi-Final at Ultimate Oval, World Discovery Bay St. Anne, coming to life on this glorious Sunday morning. The first of two games, Whitehouse and Fairfield. Whitehouse, they won the toss and elected to bat. However, in that first over, they lost the opening batter. That's Donald Tomlinson. Zigalibi has joined the party, and the score stands at 3 for 1 at the end of over number 1. Starting for the second over, the first over was bowled by Romario Marshall. So Gordon Bryan is a second bowler being utilized. So he's bowling from the northern end, Gordon Bryan. Zigalivi taps away. He's off the mark though. Thompson was run out. Slashing out that delivery from Levy outside the off stump. Played more so under that delivery from Gordon Bryan. Just outside the off stump though. A dot delivery to start off the second over of the innings. Whitehouse, a reminder, they won the toss and elected to bat. So, blue trousers for the Whitehouse team. They're from Westmoreland. And Fairfield, their semi-final opponents, they're from Manchester. In pink and black, Fairfield. While Whitehouse, the 2015 champions. Many persons think that they ought to win it every single year. And those are the persons that lived in Westmoreland. Punching down to the right, down to the... Oh, it goes close to the third man region. And they go through for a single. And come back for the second. So 2 more runs to the total. 5 on the board. As you can the outer half of the bat running that down to the third man region. So 2 more runs. 5 for 1. Still in the second over, bowled by Bryan. Bryan once again shot. And Levy just tuckered him somewhat. And he wanted to come across them, pulling on the leg side. But a short fine leg region hit his left elbow and went down in that region. And just to the right of the square leg umpire, and that's Willis Tuller. And the standing umpire is Everton Davis. You may ask the question, what could differentiate the two umpires on the day? You may say one is a little bit heavier than the other. Not getting more specific than that. Bryan to Levy, and is playing the ball back on the outside, and that's a very good delivery from Bryan, the national representative, and the uppish delivery played back on the outside in a defensive manner by Levy. Still 5 for 1 is a score in this second over. Bright and cool on this Sunday. Cutting, playing that under that delivery for the second time. We've seen that in the over. And a white signaled by umpire Davis. So 6 for 1 in the second over. So 6 for 1 is a score. So 3 wides so far. Punching that down to the third man region for a boundary. Brilliantly done by Zigalive for SDC 4. And the score now moving to double figures, 10 for 1. In the second over, bowled by Brand. Little wayward though, string somewhat outside the off stump and slashed with the outer half of the bat. Second time we're seeing doing that shot in this over. However, the first shot gained 2. This time it was an SDC 4 of the bat of Levy.
So 10 for 1. Brian has avoided
So Brian pulling out of that run up.
critical phase in the game here.
Or something we don't feel in Kingston and St Andrew. Light little breeze of late. What we're feeling is the heat trouncing down upon us. Well, guess what? A beautiful day for cricket here in Discovery Bay. Brian, our string on the next side, and it will go down to the boundary for SDC 4. And let's look at the signal. Leg buys. It clipped the pads of Zigalivi and thwarted somewhat from the wicketkeeper diving to his left. And 4 to close out the over. 14 on the board, 14 for 1 at the end of the second over. That is Westmoreland's Whitehouse, the game against Fairfield in the first of 2 semi-finals. So Marshall bowling his second over and bowling to the right hander Campbell. Plays him defensively on the offside. So start of the third over, the Whitehouse unit, who won the toss and elected to bat this T20 affair. This is semi-final 1. We're in the Garden Parish. Marshall bowling to Campbell. Oh, swinging the ball coming off the outer half of the bat. The fielder goes back and takes the catch. It peeled off the outer half of the bat, and Whitehouse losing their second wicket with 14 runs on the board. Not the start that they had dreamt for when they won the toss and elected to bat, but 14 for 2. The 2 openers are gone. Tomlinson and Campbell. Wow. Peeling off the outer half of Lamar Campbell's bat. And guess what? Marshall getting his first wicket as the first was a run out. Now the second, peeling off the outer half of the bat and being caught at point.
And take one. No, but I can't do that.
So Hewitt is the new batter, replacing Campbell. 14 for 2 is the score. And Marshall, he'll continue from the southern end. Going to Hewitt, onto the pads. And the ball ballooned on the leg side. No run scored. Hewitt more so playing in a slow motion capacity. And that delivery from Marshall was more of a slower delivery. Well, let's see if he continues in that regard. Marshall from the southern end. His second delivery. Let's see what. Whitehouse batting after winning the toss and electing to bat. He lost the wickets of Campbell and Tomlinson. Tomlinson by the run out route. Campbell being caught at point. Oh, the ball turned on the leg side. They go through for one. And one is all they get. And 15 runs now on the board. 15 for 2 in over number 3. The third over of the innings. The second being bowled by Marshall. He'll be bowling to Ziggy Levy for the first time. Well, the clouds coming over the ground here in Discovery Bay. A Yorker length delivery turned off the pads by Levy. And they go through for another single. And the fielder at mid-on had to dart to his right. There's no mid-wicket though. And one more run to the total. 16 runs on the board. 16 for 2 Whitehouse after winning the toss and electing to bat. Marshall. Pulling that delivery. Trying to actually fly the ball over the slip cordon. But was not successful at all. Ewart. And that ended the over. 16 for 2 on the board at the end of the third over. Whitehouse, they won the toss and electing to bat. Ewart and Levy at the crease right now after the dismissal of Tomlinson and Campbell.
Boy, me left it clip for the phone. Me have a tripod now here.
So Brian will be bowling his second over, bowling to Levy. Score still stands as 16 for 2. Umpires Davis's left hand and just stops the thought process of Brian if he was going to deliver. Now the hands dropped. Brian now bowling to Levy. Short and going right through to the wicket keeper, and a wide signaled by umpire Davis. 17 for 2. And Brian a little bit surprised by that decision by umpire Davis. I don't think that's a bad decision at all, but it was touch and go, you may say. So Brian once again bowling to the right hand. Oh, that's a brute of a delivery. And it goes by the slip corner into the boundary for 4. It may have touched the bat handle. Yes, it did. It touched the bat handle. The SDC 4 comes up, but in an innocuous way though. And Levy was trying to move his body out of the way. Touched the bat handle. Went through the slip cordon into the boundary for SDC 4. 21 runs on the board. 21 for 2 in over number 4. Wow. So Levy, a little bit lucky, could have gone anywhere. Signal made by umpire Davis. So 21 runs on the board. Brown must be feeling a little bit good in himself. That short delivery had Levy in a little bit of problems. Brand once again, short, cutting and appealing for caught behind. Appealing for caught behind. And Levy said no. So to the umpire who will make the decision and has made the decision, umpire Davis. Using both hands as flashing, not thinking to lift any hand at all. Even to fan the fly that's going close to his face. So dot delivery though. But a late appeal from the wicketkeeper. The two slip fielders went up. But the wicketkeeper who caught the ball actually appealed a little bit late. And that should have told you something though. And Ziggy Levy, the batter, said no, I did not touch it. And most importantly, Umpire Davis said no. Still 21, unofficial score for 2. Shot again, and the ball punched on the offside. They go through for a single. And the third man coming off the boundary. One more run to the total. 22 runs on the board, 22 for 2. In the 4th over, the second being bowled by Bran. Two wickets are falling for Whitehouse, who actually won the toss and elected to bat. Lamar Campbell and Donald Tomlinson, I think both went without scoring. In the meantime, Bran to Ewart, playing the ball forward on the offside, and to the cover fielder. No run scored. Sometimes it seems like he's playing in slow motion, Ewart. He plays his strokes, but can be efficient, can be productive. Once again, Brian. Oh, punching through the cover brilliantly off the bat of Ewart into the boundary for an SDC 4. Oh, that was a slash if you ever saw one. All the fielders stood because they knew it was a boundary as it left the bat of Ewart. 4 more runs to the tally. 26 runs on the board, 26 for 2 in over number 4. That was a terrific shot of the bat of Ewart. Another SDC 4 for the ages. It's a bit short with that delivery, Brown. Punching down through the covers for 4. Oh, going forward for that delivery though, a little bit of bounce in that delivery from Brown. Going right through to the wicketkeeper to close out the 4th over. At 26 for 2, that's Whitehouse. After winning the toss and elected to bat, Ewart and Ziggy, they're at the crease.
Joe, trying to get rest, get it.
Oh, man.
Just to remind you of the SDC disclaimer that we are not
You were kind of a supervisor. He had a brand. And passed it there.
So we're going to see if there's going to be a bowling change, and seems like there is. As Marshall, who bowled 2 overs earlier, he's off. I will tell you who the new bowler is in a very short while. Getting a word from his captain. That's Courtney Allen, the captain of the Fairfield unit. He'll be bowling to Ziggy Levy. Looks to be Silvera. His first over to Adrian Silvera. To Levy, who punched it down the ground. Man at mid-off, moving to his right. Looks like Allen. And there's one more through the total.
also recognize the members of the SDC family from all the parishes. Welcome.
Says Levy, that's punching down the ground a short while ago. Says one more run to the total, 27 for 2, pardon me. And Ewart facing up to Silvera. Oh, cutting off the outer half of the bat, going down to the third man region. The fielder comes around to his right, preventing the boundary. But in the meantime, the batter, they cross through for 1. So 28 runs on the board, 28 for 2. We are in the 5th over of the innings. Ewart living dangerously.
5 sponsors.
From that delivery from Silvera. A little bit short with that delivery, Silvera. Oh, cutting once again, Ziggy Levy. Third man being brought into the play once again. Another single by this Westmoreland team, Whitehouse. So 29 runs on the board, 29 for 2. So here once again, Silvera. Bowling to Ewart. Ewart punching that through the covers brilliantly. Oh, that was audacious from Ewart into the boundary for an SDC 4. Oh, that was splendid from the right-handed batter. We said before, he plays in slow motion. And what an audacious shot from this man to bring up another boundary on the cards. 32 runs on the board, 32. This for 2. Oh, punching again brilliantly. Another man, third man darting to his right and preventing the boundary, but the batter only crossed for 1. So 33 runs on the board. Ewart is in a no-nonsense mood this morning. So Levy looking around. Silvera will be continuing from the southern end. And bowling to Levy once again. So the sun dodging and coming out all in its glory on this Sunday morning. Silvera. Oh, trying to swing the ball on the leg side. Being all ends up though, Levy. It's playing across the line. And to end over number 5, so says umpire Tuller. The 34 for 2. That's Whitehouse after winning the toss and electing to bat Ziggy Levy and Ewart. They're at the crease. The dismissals of Campbell and Tomlinson have made it 2 so far. The 34 for 2. So we had Gordon Bryan bowling 2 overs, so 2 Romario, Marshall. Also bowling 2 overs, that was Adriano Silvera, his first over. Let us see who will bowl the second change.
Check, top of the morning ultimate. And it's all about the SDC calls. Semi-finals here. Whitehouse, they want the toss and kick to bat. They're up against Fairfield out of Manchester. Whitehouse, they have lost 2 quick wickets. Campbell and Tomlinson.
So Jamie Merchant, I think, will be brought on.
It is
Yes, Jamie Merchant has been brought on. Bowling to Ewart. Playing the ball on the offside. A little bit of bounce in that delivery from Merchant. So the score stands at 34 for 2. We are on the 6th over of the innings.
former youth player for Jamaica.
Going back and trying to pull the ball on the leg side. And when it hits on the pad, missed all ends up. So there is a mid-on, a mid-off. Also a long-on. And more into the right-hander once again. Fly to delivery. Swinging the ball down the ground. And on the outside, inside-out shot to the extra cover boundary for the SDC 4. Brilliant shot this from this young man. Heavy shot indeed. This from Ewart. 4 more runs to the total, 38 runs on the board, and SDC 4 has certainly made them 38 for 2. bowling on the leg side. Brilliant. They're down. There's a fielder down there. But they go through for one. And one is all they get. So 39 runs on the board. For two. We're in the 6th over of the innings. Being bowled by Merchant. His first of the innings. Making adjustments in the field for Levy. As Levy looks on. Back with a point. There's a cover. Extra cover. Levy goes back and tried to punching over the leg side. Missed all ends up. A quicker delivery from Merchant. Fooled him all ends up. Doing some gardening though, Ziggy. So once again, Merchant. Short. Play the ball on the onside to go through for a quick single. And yes, completed quickly by Ewart. I'm impressed. So 2 wickets gone. End of the 6th over. Whitehouse are certainly standing strong so far in this innings.
Exclusive drum blend packaged with 14 unique individualized parish landmark labels. Collect them all and secure this once in a lifetime limited edition today. So hold the drink. Drink responsibly.
Special there.
Take it early. Yes, sir. Yeah, but set it for me. Let's set it one place. Yeah, what? Oh, you just set it there, so you don't work. You do work at all, like Claude. Yeah, let's see what happens. Go fuck forward, sir.
Runs on the board, they lost 2 quick wickets, the hard hit.
Oh, yeah, Just set it.
Donald is going. Campbell gone without scoring. It is Ziggy Levy, the man who played right across the island.
Levy tucks him on the leg side. They go through for one. One more run to the total.
So we look at the pitch earlier in great condition. Said to us this morning that they, once the batters or the pace bowlers apply themselves, they can
So Merchant bowling on northern end. And Silvera. On the leg side, they go through for one. One more run to the total. The southern end. Silvera continuing. And Ewart pulling away though. A dead ball will be signaled by umpire Tullow.
Yes, indeed.
Silvera once again to Ewart, peeling out the outer half of the bat. The feeder set is under it and takes the catch. And a third wicket to go. And Ewart goes, playing that shot more than once. So 41 for 3. Wow. The third wicket to go down. Ewart, living dangerously, has put Whitehouse in a spot of bother. 41 for 3. So Silvera getting a wicket after he was punished in his first over. Now bowling his second, getting his first wicket of the match. 3 wickets have gone down. 1 to Marshall. Other run out route, and the other to Silvera. Telling you new batters in a very short while who will be joining Ziggy Levy at the wicket. It looks to be Ramon Lewis, the captain.
Whitehouse, they have lost their third wicket. A new batter to the crease, Ramon Lewis, the captain.
Lewis punching on the outside. They go through for one. Sweeper comes off the boundary. And one is all they get. 42 runs on the board. 42 for 3. Whitehouse, after winning the toss and electing to bat. They've lost the wicket of Lamar Campbell, Donald Tomlinson, and Ewart. Ewart, the last man to go, being caught in the point region, peeling off the outer half of the bat. Silvero, he'll be continuing from the southern end. Bowling to Levy. Bisecting both fielders, but the fielders coming around, collecting on the bounce. And just one off the bat of Lewis. There are two fielders on the boundary trying to bisect both. However, it landed between both, but I thought the grass was a bit heavy, held it up somewhat. So one more run to the tally. 47 runs on the board, 47 for 3 at the end of over number 8. Sometimes when there's a bee or a wasp nearby, you tend to stutter because you tend to want to let them fly away. Sometimes you wonder if you're in their spot, you are as a visitor.
To receive and send money, so you no longer have to go in the MoneyGram store to collect your money. Just have them send it
So
to
this is
your
the
laptop.
9th over being bowled by Silvera, his 3rd over on the trot.
All you need is a valid ID and your TRN. Sign up now. It's better to have it and don't need it than need it and don't have it.
Thank you. Adrian Silvero.
Bowling to Lewis.
Ramon Lewis, who is on strike. Biggie top of the morning.
Left arm medium pace. String somewhat on the pass, turned him fine. To a long leg reacher, and they go through for one.
Just a run.
That's one more run to the total.
Scores moves up to 48.
It's a 48 for 3 at the start of the 9th over.
Over number 10. We'll be having a change in the commentary box. You'll be hearing the voice of Marlon Pinnock.
Silvera will be continuing.
Lewis shoulders.
Rolling to Levy. Dead ball signaled by umpire Tolo. Pulled out at the last minute.
See that the junction pulls up on a team.
Adjustments made in the field once again. As more patrons coming in the venue.
You win for yourself $6,000 courtesy of Red.
So if you actually take a catch, as has been said by the announcer on the PA system, you actually get $6,000 to take a Red Navy catch. So if in the stands. In the meantime, bowling to the right-hander, Levy. Ball punched on the offside. Fielder from extra cover moving to his right. No run scored. There's long off and long on. A lot of the patrons going under the respective palm trees because it's a bit cool under the palm trees around the ground at the ultimate oval, ultimate ground. A beautiful Sunday for cricket. SDC Cals coming to the fore. Defensively, Levy plays that delivery from Silvera in his 3rd over for Fairfield.
It's all about fun, entertainment, excitement, and good cricket. Yeah. We say yes.
Vendors also in the ground. You'll probably hear in the background. When cricket is played here, you find everybody from every walks of life. So Silvera once again to Levy. Onto the pads again, half out of the appeal though, but that was going down leg side. And umpire Tolo did not signal. Leg side got off the bat. It touched the pad though. I may have touched the bat, but I thought it hit the pad first. So 49 for 3. I thought that would have gone into the extra column, but it did not, so says umpire Tolo. Whitehouse winning the toss and electing to bat, and I keep on saying that in case persons keep joining our broadcast. And Levy and Lewis at the bat, the crease.
Fairfield won the competition in 2021.
Tucker around on the next side, and the captain Lewis. So just a single. So 50 runs on the board. 50 for 3. We're in the 9th over. And the third being bowled by Silvera, third on the trot.
11 o'clock and we have 1,079 persons here with us.
Silvera once again. Wanting to leave it this time around. Oh, on the back foot leave it goes, playing the ball defensively on the outside. So the 9th over completed. 50 for 3 Whitehouse after winning the toss and electing to bat. Ziggy leaving and Ramal Lewis at the crease. Wickets to have gone Campbell, Tomlinson and Ewart. And I think though that the water break will be taken right now at the end of the 9th over.
Yeah, so also remember to come check out Jamdex, on digital currency. So if you want to know more about that, they're here and you can check out more about Jamdex. No cash, no problem. Monday you are needed by the IRFM booth. Monday you are needed by the IRFM booth. Always people smile when they want me to frown. Keep the vibes when they stood in my ground. They will never ever take my crown. Who done this? I say no, my girls. Here comes the officers asking for a search. But I'm no weapon, just only a driver. I'm so sorry, there's a lot of places and even when they set their traps, they just can't stop me now. Even when they think they're not, they just can't stop me now. Even when they set up roadblocks, they just can't stop me now. When they come and they open up lock, I just see someone to my head on. I select it to my heart, even though they don't my phone. I want to just sons of men. Rich man's wealth is in the sea. Destruction of the poor is small. Destruction of your soul is vanity. So Whitehouse, they're currently going at 5.55 runs and over. Well, they just had some refreshment.
is Ziggy Levy and Ramon Lewis at the crease. Ramon Lewis on strike. Ziggy Levy at the non-striker end. The score reads 50 for 3 and we're in over number 10. Prince. Morning, Prince. The box there, I mean the bridge there. So I'm gonna have him on. Prince. So spin been introduced here in the action. The score reads 51 for 3. Ziggy Levy on strike, he's on 22. Lewis, who is on 5. And have a big role to play here today.
We say welcome to the Miami girls.
So Levy not happy. Thought he could have got a lot more. I gotten a lot more. Shane Walters bowling from the northern end. Bowling to Levy. Cutting again, missing again. Going right through to the wicket keeper. So 51 runs on the board.
So next week Sunday.
Start of the 10th over. Being bowled by Walters.
Well, let me give the numbers that we had here. The ultimate last year was 19,101.
Oh, the bowler diving across though. That's Walters. Trying to prevent the single. Was not successful. And the batters they go through for one more. 52 runs on the board. Walters once again. Bowling to the captain, Lewis. Playing the ball back up the track. A dot delivery to end of the 10th over. So 3 wickets gone. The wickets 2 have gone. Campbell for a duck. Tomlinson for a duck. And Ewart, he fell for 16. So Ramon Lewis is at the crease. He's on 22. On 23, pardon me. And Levy is there on 5. Unofficial scores at 52 for 3. Getting a nod from our scorer. Have to say, on behalf of the entire team, we were happy to have broadcast the 2023 Cals SDC or SDC Cals National Community T20 cricket competition as we journeyed all over the island to bring it to you. From Portland, you were in St. Anne to Westmoreland, St. Catherine, St. Mary. We can call it all the parishes at Manchester. We were there. So Marshall now will be bowling, has been brought back on. Bowling his 3rd over. On the ball driven down the ground this by the captain. By Levy, pardon me, not the captain. So one more run to the total. 53. Now the captain, Ramon Lewis, will be facing up to Marshall. Marshall. Swing on the next side. Wide signal though by the umpire. He had to look across, making sure he did not beat the wicketkeeper, who diving to his left brilliantly, preventing 5 wides. So just 1 wide. So 54 for 3. So that was a wayward delivering from Marshall in his 3rd over. bowled 2 overs on the trot earlier this morning. Opened the bowling alongside Gordon Bryan. He's from Fairfield. Captain Lewis facing up once more. Oh, slashing through the covers, but the fielder is there. But they go through for 1. Extra cover was there, preventing a boundary, but can't prevent the single. 55 runs on the board, 55 for 3. Another single. This to the captain Lewis.
Congratulations, Lee Walker, 16 years. SDC has been coordinating this competition.
Here once again, Marshall bowling to Levy, string on the leg side again. Did he touch something though? Because umpire are taking a sweet time to say wide. He said did touch the pad. Levy said no, he did not. He's looking on the umpire, but umpire Tuller not paying him any mind at all. And Ramal Lewis having a word with the umpire. Well, Levy says he did not touch the pad any at all. Should have been a wide. But the decision lies with the umpire Tuller. But I thought it was a wide. Well, guess what? It's not. And the umpire's decision is final. So Levy playing the ball back down the track from Marshall. Defensively. So doves flying over the ground here in Discovery Bay, St. Anne. As Whitehouse, they won the toss and elected to bat. Lost 3 wickets. Hewitt, 16, Tomlinson and Campbell, 2 openers, both opening a duck farm. Straying this side on the leg side again. And wide now signaled by umpire Tuller. So Marshall been very wayward in this over, his 3rd over, since he has been brought back on. Wow. Marshall once again. Rolling to Levy. Now going on the back foot again. Ducked on the leg side. Mid wicket is there. No run scored. So the light breeze, which was over the ground, has become a little bit heavier. Still. Marshall Hill continues. Bowling to Levy once again. Oh, cutting that down to the 3rd man region. Now the fielder is there. And they go through for 1. That's 1 they'll get. So 57 runs on the board. At the end of the 11th over, Whitehouse, after winning the toss and electing to bat, are 57 for 3. As we look on, we're going to see if Waters will continue. And bowling to Levy. We're bowling his 2nd over on the trot. So Waters bowling to Levy. On the leg side, he strays. The ball turned on the leg side. They go through for 1. There's no mid wicket. So 1 more run to the tally. 58 runs on the board. 58 for 3. A reminder of the 3 wickets to have gone. Campbell for a duck. Tomlinson also for a duck. And Hewitt, he fell for 16. Walters bowling to the captain Lewis. On the back foot he goes once again. And they go a dot delivery. Fielded by the bowler Walters. Walters to Lewis. Going back and slashing that brilliantly. But there is a sweep on the boundary. And little misfield though. They could have gone back for the 2nd. But just 1 to the tally. 59 on the board. 59 for 3. Another single. of the bat of Lewis, the captain of this Whitehouse unit. They won the toss and elected to bat. Levy, who has scored 3 figures this season, and punching again, can't be back with a point. Mistimed effort from Levy. Not much space, not much room given by Walters. The Walters again from the northern end, bowling to Levy. There's Tuckering on the offside, not much power this time around. Brilliant cricket this by Levy. That's going through for a single to 60 runs on the board. 60 for 3. Tapping away the captain looks on with 60 runs on the board. Walters swinging the ball down the ground, and he's caught right in the throat at the long on region. The captain goes not happy at all. You thought he would have gone for a real Navy 6, but not today, says bowler Walters, and he's caught at the long on region. And Whitehouse, who won the toss and elected to bat, have lost their 4th wicket. The captain going. And certainly now you can say they are in a spot of bother with 60 runs on the board. So Gordon Bryan bowling his 3rd over. None for 17 from 2 overs. In bowling to Levy. Staying on the pad once again, and has clipped him on the leg side. And they go through a quick single.
Brings a new batter in strike. Lamar Scott.
So Lamar Scott is a new batter. So Scott is the new batter for the Whitehouse unit. Bryan continuing from the southern end, replacing Marshall. Bowling to Scott. Oh, that's a quicker delivery this from Bryan. Scott was ready for that ammunition. The ball played back down on the track. So 61 for 4. Bryan once again bowling to Scott. Full delivery, punching down to the long off fielder. There's no bid off. And that's one more run to the tally. Scott is off the mark though. 62 runs or 62 for 4. So leaving, facing up to Brian once again. He released one delivery in this over, which you say was total pace. The national rep. Bowling to Levy. On the pads again. An appeal for leg before. And there's a chance for a run out though. Levy was close. I would not say was home. The throw was to the non-striker's end. But he was home though. If he had hit, I don't know how it would have gone. It would have been very, very, very close. But one good thing about that though, umpire Tuller put himself in the right position to make the call. 63 runs on the board. Scott looking on. Not necessarily great guns in scoring in the 13th over. Brian bowling to Scott. Oh, that's a full toss. I was going for the Yorker length, but full toss with some pace though. A low full toss. And Scott knew nothing of that. Was in 6 and 7s. Dot delivery. Bowled by Brian.
You're just joining us. Whitehouse out of Westmoreland won the toss. They elected to bat first. Lost Lamar Campbell, went without scoring.
So Brian will be continuing.
As well, he went without scoring. McCoy, you at 60.
Bowling to Scott. Oh, that's a Yorker. He was trying for it in that previous delivery. When he bowled that full toss, was trying for that Yorker. But he got the Yorker at the end of his third over. 63 for 4, end of the 13th. Whitehouse, they won the toss and elected to bat. They have Ziggy Levy and Scott at the crease. They've lost the wicket of Lamar Campbell and Tomlinson, both going for duck. And Hewitt for 16, the last wicket of falling. Ramal Lewis will get to his score in a very short while. Shane Walters bowling to Levy, short, pulling on the leg side, and a feeler is there though, to be honest. And they go through for 1. And there's one more run to the tally. 64 runs on the board, start off the 14th over. Walters from the northern end, rebowling to Scott, taking his guard. Remember, this is a doubleheader, the first of 2 games in Discovery Bay Ultimate. Oval coming to life this Sunday. Scott fending that ball down to the short third man region, and they go through for a single. 65 runs on the board for Whitehouse. 65 for 4 in the 14th over. Walters pulling to Levy, just turns him off the pad in front of square. Go through for 1. 1 is all they get. So click at the clicks if we're playing. Bingo. 6-6. A great number to have, but not in this regard in the 14th over. 66 for 4. Walters bowling to Scott and beaten outside the off stump. Scott knew nothing of that though. Pitched and turned away from the right-hander and right through to the wicket-keeper. Walters once again punching down the ground to the long fielder once again. They go through for another single and going back or stepping back. Scott was playing on the back foot with that delivery or that shot. Score 6 or 7 runs on the board. Oh, the ball now peeling on the outer half of the bat. The fielder comes around and takes a catch. And Levy has to go. And the 5th wicket goes down with 6 or 7 runs on the board. Oh my word. Whitehouse, we said before, they're in a spot up, brother, but the spot has turned into a tremendous hole. And it's 6 or 7 for 4 in this SDC Carls National Community T20 semi-final against Fairfield from Manchester. Levy goes, and that may have gone with the hopes of a good score for the Whitehouse team. So Samuels is the new batter at the non-strikers end. 5 wickets to have gone. So 6 or 7 for 5. Pardon me. Adele Samuels is the new batter. As Marshall bowling to Scott. Beaten outside the off stump. Scott, we said before, in 6 and 7 is not great, but he loves to punch the ball down the ground. Though if he doesn't get the ball to drive, he looks in all sort of problems.
Morning, everybody. If you're just joining us, Whitehouse out of Westmoreland.
Whitehouse, they won the toss and elected to bat, and 6 and 7 for 5. So we are in the 15th over of the innings. In bowled by Marshall, his 4th and final. Ball played on the leg side, just in front of square. They go through for 1, and 1 more run off the bat of Scott. And the new batter, Samuels, he'll be facing up. 6 to 8 runs on the board, 6 to 8 for 5. Taking his guard though, Samuels. Well, guess what? The hopes may have gone with Levy, but the 2 batters at the crease would want to tell their story. And that's Samuels and Scott. Scott at the non-striker's end. Samuels facing up to his first delivery and pulling down the ground. Long on fielder is there. And that's 1 more run to the total. And he's off the mark though. 6 and 9 runs. 6 to 9 for 5. So Marshall continuing in his final over, 4th and final. And bowling to Scott. Bowling to Scott. He's beaten again. Scott was all over the crease. So went across, came back, went across, and went right through the gate though, but the house was not there. Between bat and pad. Was trying to fool Marshall, but seemed like he fooled himself. So the score stands 69 for 5. Over 15. Here once again, Marshall punching down the ground. They go through for 1. They think of a second, but it's only a thought, and it has not come to a reality. And there's one more run to the total to close out the 15th over. 70 for 5. Whitehouse, after winning the toss and electing to bat, Scott and Sam was at the crease, trying to tick the score over and get them to a respectable total. This T20 semi-final SDC Cars National Community happening in Discovery Bay at the Ultimate Oval. It should be Walters' 4th, and the first delivery from Walters, bowling to Scott, pin ball on the offside. Summers at the non-strikers end looks on. Walters from the northern end, bowling to the right-hander, swinging the ball down the ground. The fielder comes around and takes a spectacular catch. Oh, that was brilliant. The long-on fielder moving to his right, low down to his ankle, diving and taking a glorious catch to dismiss Scott, and the 6th wicket to go down. Whitehouse, we said before, the spot has turned into a pothole, but it has certainly grown from a pothole into a mountain or a valley. They're certainly the 2015 champions, not looking like champions at all, and certainly at the start of the 16th over, they're 70 for 6.
Remember, to find out more about Jam Decks, you have to come to the booth and find out more.
Walters to the new batsman, who is Anthony Mitchell.
So the new batter, Anthony Mitchell.
So 3 dots to start over number 16.
Oh, being outside the off stump, Mitchell. Did not know much about that delivery. That's a very good delivery from Walters from the northern end. Walters continues. Bleak conditions over the ground here at Ultimate. And the ball played on the offside. Still. Dots all around in this over. 16th to be exact. Ball playing on the offside defensively. There should be a wicket maiden though, bowled by Walters. So the score stands at 70 runs. So Walters has completed his 4 overs. And Whitehouse, after winning the toss, a 70 for 6 at the end of 16 overs. Was getting a nod from my scorer and technical team that is here. The ground filling up nicely for the first of 2 semi-finals. The second semi-final starts about 2 o'clock, 2:30 to be exact.
In the meantime, we have another SDC white shirt giveaway. Which ministry does the SDC falls under? And who is the minister in charge?
the music plays in the backdrop. Two batters having a discussion. Brian bowling to the right-hand batsman, tucked him down the ground.
And so far in the innings for Whitehouse,
So 71.
hit 5 fours, no sixes, and the last boundary
For 6.
over number 6. So they have
Start of the 17th over in bowled by Brian.
Alright, Jerome, let me take a quick answer.
And that was Summers with that single. Mitchell will be facing up the bowling of Gordon Brand, bowling his 4th and final over. Oh, that's a beautiful delivery outside the off stump. As Mitchell was pulling away, trying to hit him inside out. But with some pace. A little bit of movement though. Had Mitchell looking like a visitor or an onlooker. So Gordon Brand will be continuing this for Fairfield, the 2021 champions. Yorker length delivering. Playing on the offside. That's by Mitchell. So he has bowled 9 straight dot deliveries. As tapping away at the crease once again is Mitchell. A ball punched down the ground. They go through for one. They'll think of a second. And Langon moving to his left. Oh, the throw right over the bails though. So just one more run to the total. 72 runs on the board. So 17th over. Brand bowling to Scott, swing the ball in the air. The fielder is not there. The bounce is over the ropes for an SDC 6 or a rare Navy 6 actually. Went all the way. It went all the way. That's a low 6 if you ever saw one. And the signal made by umpire Willis Turner, they say it's a rare Navy 6. Well, I thought it was a 4 though, to be honest, but guess what? I'm not the one making that decision, and he has a better vantage point than what I have. The 78 runs on the board. That's a 6 off the bat of Scott, of Summers, pardon me. And the peeler on the outer half of the bat, the fielder settles under it and takes a catch. Another wicket goes. So he was looking for a no ball because he thought it went over the waist. But no, said the square leg umpire, who is David, said no, says umpire Tuller, starting umpire, and he's gone. The Samuels has to go. So 78 for 7. He thought it was a no ball. He thought it went over his waist. However, the umpires thought different. Peeled off the outer half of the bat, went to the point fielder, and he has to go. The 7th wicket to go down. Whitehouse, they're 78 for 7 at the end of the 17th over. Wow, a lot of 7s there.
Landmark labels. Collect them all and secure this once-in-a-lifetime limited edition today. Must be 18 years old and to drink. Drink responsibly.
Remember to get your Red Devil special for only $1,200.
today over by the Rain Levy Bar. Later on, we're going to have a ball off, courtesy of Rain and Nephew.
So, Andre Blake, not the Reggae Boys captain, he's at the non-striker's end. Well, Anthony Mitchell is on strike. Tim Mitchell is back. He has scored 2 overs for 8.
Merchant in his third over, bowling to Mitchell. The new batters, Andre Blake, at the non-striker's end. We're in the 18th over of the innings. Was it 78 for 7? Oh, string on the leg side, though the ball popped up. The keeper knew nothing of it. And let's look at the signal by the umpire. So 2 wides. The 2 wides to the total. So 80. 80 for 7. And the new batter, Blake, has taken his guard. Merchant continuing his third over. Oh, he knew nothing of that, though, to be honest. He swiped at that playing a shot. Wanting to go across the line. Here's Merchant. Play the ball back down the track, fielded by Merchant. 1 run or 2 runs so far from this over. 2 wides. And some John Crows are flying over the ground here. At ultimate. Coming down the track and play the ball down the ground. The fielder at a long on comes around and it prevents it from going in the boundary. He falls over twice. In the meantime, the batters, they go through for 2. 82 for 7. Now the fielder darted around to his left, stopped the ball from going over the boundary and fell back over. Oh. Must have had something heavy this morning. Held him down. Merchant. Oh, peel out the outer half of the bat to go down to the third man region. They go through for 1. They come back for the second. And the fielder takes up the ball at least 6 yards inside the boundary ropes. So 2 more runs to the total. 84 for 7. We're on the 18th over of the innings. Merchant once again to Blake. Pulling Blake. 1 bounce over the ropes into the boundary for an SDC 4. And he's making a game of it. Trying to put on a brilliant total here. With the score now stands at 88 for 7 at the end of the 18th over. 2 overs to be bowled to complete the innings. And the Whitehouse unit, after winning the toss and electing to bat, are 88 for 7 at the end of 18.
Going to be Silvera.
Major Silvera has over to be bowled. Has bowled 3 overs so far, the innings. National Youth Representative. Silvera. Mitchell swiping at that delivery though. And they go through for a quick single. I think he got a touch onto that, the bottom edge. So 1 more run to the total. 89 for 7 at the start of the 19th over.
Whitehouse, they will take anything they can get from here.
That's Silvera bowling his 4th and final of the innings and the penultimate of the innings.
Objective from him to get over 100. They have 11 more deliveries to do so, at least.
So if you're a track at the field fan, the men's 100 meters final coming up with 2 Jamaicans in that final. Ryan Ford and Oblique Seville. And the ball swiped on the leg side. They go through for a single of the bat of Blake. So 90 runs on the board. 90 for 7 in the 19th over. Whitehouse winning the toss and deciding to bat. So Oblique Seville and Ryan Ford both were in that Boys Champs final a few years ago. Now the World Championship final. Ball for Mitchell. Punch down the ground. They go through for 1. 1 is all they'll get. 91 runs on the board. 91 for 7.
Score goes up now. 1 for 7.
Still in the 19th over. Blake will be facing after the bowling of Silvera, with 4 Jonkers flying over the ground here in Discovery Bay, St. Anne. Full delivery outside the off stump. That's a dot delivery. And coming down the track was Blake, trying to hoist him down the ground. The long on and long off fielder is right on the ropes. There's no bid off, there's no bid on. There's an extra cover, sweep on the boundary, backward point. And there's a man at deep mid wicket. So they spread the field somewhat. There's also a third man. Silvera bowling to Blake. Short. Ball popped up in the air. The fielder is running back. And it bounces pretty close to the ropes. And it goes into the boundary for SDC 4. Nokia Century 4. SDC 4 in the fine leg region. And off the bat of Blake. So 94 for 7. Or 95. So Silvera will continue bowling to Blake. Punching down the ground. And they go through for another single. 96 on the board. And that's end of the 19th over. 1 over to go to complete the innings. So 1 over to go to complete the innings. And you'd expect them to reach triple figures. And Whitehouse, after winning the toss and electing to bat, they lost Lamar Campbell and Donald Tomlinson, both going for a duck. Zigalivi has so far top scored in the innings with 30. Yuati made 16. Ramal Lewis, the captain, made 7. And Scott, he contributed 5 to the total.
So my final question is,
He's gone. He's been stumped. Oh my word. 8th wicket to have gone. I can't believe it. And Blake has to go. Been stumped of the bowling of Merchant. So 96 for 8. 96 for 8. Wow. The first delivery of the 20th over has brought forth a wicket. So Blake goes. And they'll tell you the new batter is just coming in, tell you in a very short while.
thank you so much, Jody Gaton, statistician at the Road Safety Unit, and we are inviting persons to walk
Checking to see if that's Tomlinson, though.
How to be safe when driving on the road.
Number 13 in the back.
Only 5 more deliveries left in the inning. Usually those are
So Travis Taylor
Merchant.
being hit on the pad. So 4 more deliveries legal to go. That's a dot delivery. Taylor did nothing with that, the new batter. Travis Taylor, who taps away at the crease for Whitehouse.
From the very first over, with that run out of Donald Tomlinson.
Merchant, slow delivery. Punching on the offside to go through for 1. To the backward point region. 1 more run to the total. So 97 runs on the board. 97 for 8. Mitchell swinging the ball on the leg side, and they go through for 1. 1 is all they get. 98 for 8. How much deliveries to go? The 1. Merchant. Oh, and is he stumped? We're looking at the umpire, but that's a final delivery, and he's stumped. The finger goes up, and the 9th wicket to go, and that's the end of the innings. 98 runs on the board, 98 for 9. That's Whitehouse after winning the toss and electing to bat. As we look through the scorecard, Campbell and Tomlinson, they opened the innings for the Whitehouse unit, both going for a duck. Then you have Ziggy Levy coming 1 down. He made 30, while Ewart, he contributed 16. The captain, Robert Lewis, 7. And Scott made 5, and other batters to go, Blake and Samuels, and also Mitchell. The not-out batter was Travis Taylor. So Whitehouse with 98 on the board. So Fairfield, their opponents, the team from Manchester, they need now 99 runs to win the semi-final to advance to the final. The 2021 champions are in the driver's seat, but as they always say, runs on the board are runs on the board. You can't change that. However, you on the other hand, have to get those runs. Time will tell on that. We await the response of Fairfield.
So in the meantime, we'll be having a bowler, courtesy of Ray Neville. Yes, indeed, right here by the hard court, yes, by the practice nets. Yes, cricket practice nets. Come on, I'm so come on, okay, I'm a detail now on the turntable. So we're gonna go, what, 10 minutes before the next inning starts? So Rocky, it's the underdog.
Enough people know that I create my car pass. But I've got hotspot from my phone, but I'm not going to ask you one. But I give my hotspot. So you do it all one day and everything there? Yeah. Put up my Wi-Fi, yeah. Put up, but just use hotspot as well. It makes sense because I was working out, I'm looking for it and I said, 6 by that way, I'm working out, I want to have the data cards every time. It's cheap for me, that's alright. Come on, we don't do. If you have the whole heap of work, that's what I say. You get them, I say, it's a run down here.
come on now. Alex, at the end there.
again. Oh, we did make a second photo. Okay.
No, they miss bad juice. You know, you must say bad juice.
So this is the first delivery. Andre Blake. Is the bowler.
It is of Jamaican Morgan who's on first. 2,793 persons.
So 99 runs for victory for Fairfield. They are the 2021 champions. First over. Oh, Morgan did not know where that was though. He left that all alone. The ball turning back into the right-hander. Hit the toe of the bat before going through to the wicket-keeper. Morgan and Allen opening for Fairfield. So Whitehouse, they Blake pulling on the leg side, brilliantly done, and goes into the boundary for 4 for SDC 4 off the bat of Morgan, who signals his intent in the first over, and SDC 4 has told the story. So he taps away at the crease. Here once again is Blake. Shot on the leg side, and White signaled wicketkeeper diving to his left, preventing the boundary though. So 2 wides to the total. Score now moved to 6 without loss in the first over. As Fairfield searching for 99 runs for victory. The left-hander Allen. Left and right combination at the crease for Fairfield. So Jermaine Morgan. And Corn Allen. Blake bowling to Allen, the left-hander, punching the ball down to the deep mid-off. And they go through for a single. Oh, the throw is made, but right into the back of Morgan, hitting his left elbow. I think he hit on the funny bone, though. And hand should be not shocked for the next couple of seconds. He'll work it out. But in the meantime, the batters, they go through for a single. 7 without loss. Both batters off the mat. Morgan and Allen, both openers. For Fairfield, was searching for 99 runs for victory. So Blake will be bowling to Morgan. Oh, brilliantly done down the ground, exquisite. Oh, that was beautiful for an SDC 4 off the bat of Jermaine Morgan. It trimmed the grass on ultimate ground. Oh, That was audacious. That was beautiful. That was certainly spectacular. A 4 off the bat of the right-hander Morgan has increased the tally now 11 without loss. Fairfield is searching for 99 runs for victory. Oh, they're in the driver's seat at the present time. Blake once again bowling to Morgan. Oh, beaten. That's a great response from Blake. And going right through to the wicket keeper. Cricket all in its glory in St. Anne, the Garden Parish. End of the first over, 7 without loss. 11 without loss, pardon me. I don't know why I'm turning back the times. So Ziggy Levy, we're bowling. Leaving, bowling to the left-hander, swing on the leg side, turning him behind square, and going into the boundary for an SDC 4 to start off the second over. Oh, that was brilliant from the left-hander, Courtney Allen. String on the leg side, and he turned the corner. Brilliantly done. So 4 more runs to the tally to start off the second over. 15 runs on the board, 15 without loss. Levy once again to the left-hander, Allen, and swinging again on the leg side, and going behind square. The fielder comes around to his left. Oh, it goes right through him into the boundary for 4. Oh my word! Went right through the fielder. He thought it had it all covered. And now the score has gone to now 19 without loss. At SDC 4, in a way you'd never thought it. The ball was trickling, went right through the fielder. Onto the pads, Levy once again, ballooned on the leg side. So 19 runs on the board, 19 without loss in the second over. Searching for 99 runs. Oh, going back and punching. On to find the man back with a point. Allen has an array of shots. SDC Cal's National Community T20 semi-final 1. Quicker delivery. Onto the pads, turning in front of square. They go through for 1. And 1 is all they get. 20 runs on the board, 20 without loss. Fairfield, I'm talking about, who is responding. Whitehouse, they won the toss earlier this morning. Made 98 runs from their 20 overs. Poor batting display from the team from Westmoreland, the 2015 champions. Levy, oh, swinging the ball in the air, and the fielder coming around, but he has to go off the field because a Ray and an Neville 6 off the bat of Jermaine Morgan for Fairfield. A Ray and Neville 6 with some SDC 4s in the second over. Oh, that was a huge hit by Morgan, and the score now has moved on to 26 without loss. That's the end of the second over, bowled by Ziggy Levy. So 26 without loss. Well, that's 6. So 26 runs on the board after 2 overs. Not the start they would have wanted.
Travis Taylor introducing the attack here. So Ziggy Levy overwent for 15 runs. Andre Blake overwent for 11 runs. The score reads a 10 to 6. Chasing a total of 99 runs for victory. Courtney Allen, who's on strike.
Oh, the ball unturned on the onside. They go through for 1. And 1 more run to the tally. 27 runs on the board. We're in the 3rd over.
They have demolished the Whitehouse of 98 runs in 19.5 overs. DJ Young.
So, Morgan. Oh, it goes aerial once again. Could you get the bye? And the girls are in the house because that's another rare Nevia 6 off the bat of Jermaine Morgan. This time on the next side. Oh, my word. Deep in wicket, feeling the punch. And certainly car park. It's a Ray and Nevia 6. The glass is here. And also the liquid. Another rare Nevia 6 off the bat of Morgan. The score has now moved to 33 without loss. Oh, the score is making some signals to me though. I can't read his signal, but nevertheless, 33 without loss. We're in the 3rd over of the innings. They're searching for 99 runs for victory. Fairfield.
So what she do when you tell her that? What she do? Yeah. How what she say? I can't talk it right now.
So Nigel Francis.
Spectators rolling in their numbers. The time is now 12:08. And I tell you the last time we did
Tell you Whitehouse, they won the toss and elected to bat. They made 98 of their 20 overs.
2 minutes or so. I'll give you
Not necessarily great going for them from the team from Westmoreland. Bowling to Morgan once again. Pulling this time. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. 1 bounce and it should be a 6. Is it inside or outside? No, it's an SDC 4 just inside of the rope. It's an SDC 4 of the bat of Morgan slashing outside the off stump into the cover boundary. Wow. Scores now moved on to 37 without loss. Is getting the nod from my scorer. He's from St. Anne also, the scorer. I think he lives just around the corner. Campbell. Now bowling once again to the right hand. A slower delivery. Oh, brilliant. 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 You saw brutal. Now you see class. It's a classic shot. Another SDC4. A brilliant drive by Jermaine Morgan. Another SDC4. The scoreline is tipping away 41 without loss in this semi-final. This against Whitehouse, the 2015 champions. Oh my word, what a shot that was. So 41 runs on the board, 41 without loss. This is just the 3rd over. Short, pulling. Oh my word! We said before we want the glass. We said before we want the ice. We said before we have the rare Nevia ladies, because that's a rare Nevia 6. Just bring the bottle. Bring the bottle. Not the flask, but the huge bottle. Another rare Nevia 6 off the bat of Jermaine Morgan. My word, 47 without loss. And the rare Nevia girls are here. We mentioned them before. So just getting a nod, 47 without loss. Get a nod from the scorer who seemed like he's scoring all around the ground. And the rare Nevia ladies are walking by as we speak. So Morgan was in a battering mood a short while ago. Now Allen looks on. Still the third over being bowled to Morgan. Oh, going out to half of the bat, going wide of the man, and the third man reads, and they go through for 1-1 is all they get. 48 runs on the board, 48 without loss. At the end of the third over, searching for 99 runs for victory. We're talking about Fairfield from Manchester, the 2021 champions.
Hey, trees are close up nice and beautiful. We are like, we're not queens. We're feel them breeze there.
So 48 without loss at the start of the fourth over. Anthony Mitchell, the new bowler. Mitchell bowling to Morgan, who has been lethal so far. Oh, swing on the leg side, and it goes pretty close to the boundary. The fielder is after it. They go through for one. They come back for second. We look on the umpire, see what signal will be made. And he got a touch onto it, though, so 2 more runs to the total. So the 50 runs up. The 50 is up, 50 without loss in the fourth over at the start of the fourth over. So Mitchell, bowling to the right-hander Morgan, playing the ball on the offside to find the cover cordon. Back with a point. There's a cover, extra cover, mid-off. And a long on. Short fine leg. Mitchell to Morgan. Oh, try to swing him on the leg side though, but into the pads. Half-hearted appeal from Mitchell to umpire Davis. Mitchell, short, swinging the ball in the air, and the fielders after it. Behind square, they go through for one, they come back for the second, 2 more runs to the tally. And that throw was thrown hard, a bit high though, giving the wicketkeeper some work. 52 runs on the board, 52 without loss in the fourth over, bowled by Mitchell, his first of the innings. Once again, short, punching down the ground, but there is a long on fielder moving to his left, and that's 1 more to the total. 53. 53 without loss, which brings up the left-hander, Allen, facing up to the bowling of Mitchell. Oh, mistimed that effort. Mistimed effort. End of the fourth over. 53 without loss at the end of the fourth over. So let's see another bowling change happening all around for the Westmoreland outfit. Whitehouse, who has been ambushed somewhat in this first of 2 semi-finals. But we said before, though, that Fairfield were in the driver's seat. What seemed like they're in the airline seat or the pilot's seat. Are they flying high in this match so far? Searching for 99 runs for victory. It was Whitehouse who won the toss and elected to bat. And they made 98 runs from their 20 overs. Wickets fell all around. Ziggy Levy top scored in the innings with 30. Second semi-final coming up. Oh, peeling off the outer half of the bat, going down to the third man region. And the fielder comes around, darts to the left, diving, saving the boundary. One more run to the total, start of the 5th over. 54 runs on the board, 54 for 4. The peel of the outer half of Morgan's bat. Allen, the left-hander, he'll be facing up. Score stands 54 without loss at the start of the 5th over. Hodge appealing for call behind, and I think Allen walks. He walks. Umpire did not lift the finger. Umpire Toller, but he just walked. He just walked without the umpire lifting the finger. I don't think umpire Toller was going to lift the finger. I don't know if he did or if he would have given him some time. But as he nicked it and caught by the wicketkeeper, he just walked. For the first wicket to go down with 54 runs on the board in the 5th over, Fairfield still in the plane's seat, still in the pilot seat, in their response searching for 99 runs for victory.
The score is a 54. They need another 44 runs for victory. 45 runs for victory. Good comeback from
So skipper walks to the crease. Clark for Fairfield.
He picked up the wicket of Courtney Allen. Good catch by the keeper, Donald Tomlinson. Sends him back to the dressing room. He's on Courtney 11.
So Allen made 11. The skipper is playing the ball in a defensive note back up the track. So score stands at 54 for 1. We're in the 5th over. Now the arguments will go on. Or guiding that now. Wide of back with a point. Went down to the third man region. Went through for a single. 55 runs off the board. He's off the mark. And Morgan, who has been in a devastating mood, he will be facing up. So the sun all out in its glory for the first of 2 semi-finals.
So at the end of this over, we're having a change in the comment box.
So pulling out of his run-up. Umpire Toller signaling dead ball. Morgan facing up and punching that through the cover. The sweeper comes around to his left. They go through for just a single. 56 runs on the board. 56 for 1. In the 5th over, Fairfield searching for 99 runs for victory. Our crews are now going into cruise control. So Clark punches on the outside. Can be the cover fielder. In fact, for Clark though, they took the sweeper off the boundary and brought him in the circle. So 56 for 1 at the end of the 5th over. 56 for 1.
The official spirit of Jamaica 60th. For a limited time only, connect with your roots by securing for the first time ever Bray and Nephew the Parish Collection. Relive your special memories with this exclusive drum blend packaged with 14 unique individualized parish landmark labels. Collect them all and secure this once-in-a-lifetime limited edition today. Must be 18 years old and drink responsibly.
So 56 for 1 at the end of 5. That's Fairfield searching for 99 runs for victory. It's over Whitehouse, who won the toss and elected to bat earlier this morning. One tucked on the leg side to go through for 1. They think of a second, but it's just a thought. And one more run to start off the proceedings. 57 runs on the board. 57 for 1 at the start of the 6th over. Getting a nod from my scorer, Campbell. So that's your name? So you sure your name is Campbell? Almost sure. Okay, well that's what he says though. If he's almost sure, that's good enough. Dead ball signal once again. Mitchell pulling out. Bowling to Clark. Clark is a big lad though. And pulling on the next side. And it goes pretty close to the boundary. It goes into the boundary for SDC 4, bisecting both fielders. Oh, that was brilliant from Clark. That was short from Mitchell. Dispatched by Clark for SDC 4. 4 more runs to the tally, 61 runs on the board. So a shot from Mitchell dispatched. It's in front of square. As Clark taps away at the crease once again. Oh, ball played back down the pitch. And he looks on. So 6-1 for 1. Pulling again, shot, and he pulls again just in front of the square leg umpire. They go through for 1. It goes close. It goes into the boundary again for another SDC 4. We thought we had 1 for the over, but certainly it has expanded by 100% to 2. 65 runs on the board. 65 for 1. They're searching for 99 runs for victory. We're talking about Fairfield, who are replying after losing the toss earlier to Whitehouse this morning. Captain Clark facing up to Mitchell once again. Cutting outside the offside brilliantly. Brilliant! Oh, he caressed that into the boundary for another SDC 4. We said 1, then it was 2, and then before the over finished, we had a third SDC 4 off the bat of Captain Ryan Clark to move the tally to 69 for 1 in the 6th over. Shot, pulling, and I thought he was going to be the man just in the square leg region. He moved to his right, and that was a brilliant field. And to stop the ball from going into the boundary, 69 for 1 at the end of 6. That's Fairfield searching for 99 runs for victory in this SDC Carls National Community T20 semi-final happening in Discovery Bay at the Ultimate Oval.
Exclusive drum blend packaged with 14 unique individualized parish landmark labels. Collect them all and secure this once-in-a-lifetime limited edition today. Must be 18 years old and drink responsibly.
I've got dreams. I've got dreams. Oh, you're
step, Rocky. Oh, you're going for this step. Alright, calm down, boy.
Take it down. Whitehouse out of Westmoreland won the toss this morning.
It's another bowling change.
First, we need 19 of your allotted,
So 69 for 1 at the start of the 7th over.
29 for victory.
Searching for 99 runs for victory.
Only wicket to fall was Fort Allen. Was part of the bowling of play. With the keeper, Fabrizio. That will be Lamar Scott. To go to Morgan for
Scott. Oh, beaten outside the off stumps. That's a very good delivery by Lamar Scott. Bowling to the right-hander, Morgan. It's been implemented, meaning that he expects the ball to turn away from the right-hander. Oh, the ball peeling off the outer half of the bat. They go through for 1. And 1 is all they get. Was not in control of that shot. We told you before, expect the ball to be turning away from the right-hander, and the ball was spinning away. Hit the outer half of the bat, went on the offside, ballooned somewhat. 70 runs on the board, 70 for 1. He lives to fight another day. Scott, bowling to Clark. Watchful is Clark, the right-hander, playing the ball on the offside defensively. Searching for 99 runs for victory in this T20 affair, the first of 2 semi-finals.
What is the date and location of the SDC National Community 2020 cricket final?
Oh, swinging on the next side. And you asked for a glass. You asked for the ladies. You asked for ice. The bottle is also here. And the table. It's a Rare Neville 6 on the cards off the bat of Captain Clark. And the score now has moved on to 76 for 1. And that's Fairfield in the pilot seat, flying. And certainly they're cruising on this Sunday in the second semi-final against Whitehouse. 76 searching for 99 runs for victory. We're just in the over 7 at the present time.
Somebody want to take your son?
Yes, we can answer to me.
What's the name? Quickly.
Dates and location.
What's the date?
Scott bowling
Where?
to Clark once again. The light breeze blowing over the ground here at Ultimate. Flighted, swung again. Oh, the fielder is there and watches it as it goes over his head for another Rare Neville 6. We asked for 1 table, now we got another 6, a double trouble you may say, of the bat of Clark, the captain, captaining his flight, captaining his ship, captaining his team. It is now 80 what? 82 for 1, and we're just in the 7th over. 82 for 1, Fairfield. Certainly the fat lady has come to the ground and start to sing. They're searching for 99 runs for victory, Fairfield, in this first of 2 semi-finals. Scott once again. Bowling to Clark. Clark goes back to the back foot and chopping that, only to find a man at backward point. A dot delivering. So Clark now moves to 25. As Hans Akimbo from Scott. 82 for 1 at the end of the 7th over. So Fairfield have certainly, we would have said, they have 1 foot in the final. But I think you can use 2 feet. As Anthony Mitchell will be continuing on Northern End. 82 runs on the board. And you know that Morgan is tapping away. Looked dangerous for the first 3 to 4 overs. After that, he has slowed down. Short, pulling. Oh, pulling. The fielder comes round and he drops it. He drops it. He drops the opportunity. He drops the chance. He settled under it. And I can't believe Whitehouse, the covers are peeling off. Another single, 83 runs on the board. This to Morgan. I can't believe it. Pulling behind, and it goes into the final leg boundary for SDC 4 off the bat of Captain Clark. I did set 83 a short while ago, but 83 has grown to 87. 87 for 1 in over number 8. Fairfield, they're cruising on this Sunday, beautiful Sunday afternoon. Mitchell. And that was a wide signaled by the umpire. So 88 runs on the board. So 11 runs for victory. Mitchell. Oh, they're appealing that he was caught behind. And his umpire says no. Umpire Davis was not interested in that appeal. Mitchell once again bowling to Captain Clark, pulling him on the next side, down the ground more so, and the fielder coming off the long on boundary, and 89, pardon me, 89, so 10 to go to complete this first of 2 semi-finals at Ultimate. 89 runs on the board. Punching brilliantly through the covers. Oh, that was a cracking shot by Morgan. That was hit ferociously into the boundary for 4. Wide of the man and long off into the boundary for 4. We said 89, but now 93 runs on the board with an SDC 4. 93 for 1. Fairfield needing 6 runs for victory. And you know that Morgan wants to bring it up with the glasses knocking with 2 tables already. And also the glasses and the ladies and the bottle. Let's see what happens. He plays it on the offside in front of back with a point. They go through for 1. And 1 is all they get. And goes to his half century. So that's his half century. 94 runs on the board. Morgan's half century. The 94 for 1. So congrats to Jermaine Morgan reaching his half century with Fairfield on 94 for 1. Whitehouse has been knocked out. The fat lady has sung and is packing up to go home. And what a match we had here, the first of 2 games. We expected fireworks, and we got it in the second innings. We did not see it in the first, where Whitehouse, they batted first after winning the toss and made 98 from their 20 overs. However, that was it. We're just in now the start of the 9th over. Clark is on 29. Morgan. Oh, the ball played down the ground though. 95 runs on the board. Just a single off the bat of Morgan, who's now moved to 51. Clark, who's on 29. We're facing up. Fairfield, the 2021 champions, are finding themselves back in the final. Oh, the ball swung high, goes, and he's caught. He's caught at the long on boundary. And Captain Clark goes. He goes for 29. And the score now, 95 for 2. So the breeze was carrying it somewhat, but didn't carry it enough. They wanted to finish in style. Well, the fielder was right there, and after taking the catch, he looked behind him, making sure that his foot was not on the line or behind the rope. And he was about a foot away, but nevertheless, Captain Clark goes for 29. Allen, he made 11 earlier. Morgan is on 51. Tell you who the new batter is coming in. Now let's see. Shane is at the crease, going back and punching on the onside and go through for one. The long fielder at the long on position, and the score now moves to 96 for 1. We're at the 8th over, 9th over, pardon me. Then the one rolling back the time, and 3 runs to win. Morgan, who's on 51. And he plays that down to the long off fielder. 97 runs on the board. So 97 runs on the board. And the ball is playing down the onside. I feel like long on. And one more run, 98. The scores are tied. So they're tied. So Fairfield, 98 for 2, pardon me. Allen and Captain Clark going. One caught behind, the other caught the long on boundary. Trying to cut that down to the back of the point region, going through to wicket keeper. That's the end of another over. So the score stands at 98 for 2. So there's one more run to complete the innings, one more run to complete the first of 2 semi-finals. Mitchell. On the 10th over. Mitchell. And pulling. And it goes into the boundary for SDC 4 to bring out the victory for Fairfield and our place in the final in the 2023 SDC Cals. This is the National Community T20 competition. Certainly Fairfield winning by 8 wickets, and the score stands at 103 for 2. The 4 seals the victory for Fairfield over Whitehouse, the 2015 champions, as they are knocked out of this event. Congratulations to Fairfield on this glorious Sunday afternoon, as we certainly get ready for the second semi-final, which starts at 2 o'clock this afternoon. But congratulations to Fairfield as they'll celebrate. They're from Manchester, and certainly they want back a hold on the title, a title they had back in 2021.
Good afternoon.
That's good, man.
Yo, man, you want to get a medal, you know? Yes, man, you want to get a medal. You get a medal. No, fourth, again. Come fourth, Surati. From Westmoreland. Guess what? It was the Westmoreland team who actually won the toss and elected to bat. But they did not. They said they were all out for 98, but only 9 wickets fell because only 10 players they had on the day. And Ziggy Levy top scored with 30 in that innings. But guess what? That told the tale basically on what they did in terms of batting. They are the 2015 champions, but they did not play like champions. On the other end of the scale, it was Fairfield coming to the party. Yeah, coming to the party they did. And with openers, Morgan and Allen, and Morgan top scored with 52, was unbeaten at the end, and Allen chipping in with 11. But guess what? Clark came to the party. I called him Rand, but he says it's Brian. So if you heard me on the commentary saying Rand, pardon me, but it's actually Brian Clark. He led the way in terms of captaincy. He made 30 actually. 30 corrected the score, so 30 you made. And also at the end was a Shane Waters with unbeaten on 6. He cracked a 4 to bring up the victory for the Fairfield team, winning by 8 wickets. How do you feel at this present time?
I'm extremely elated. We left Manchester early this morning and we came with one thing in mind, and that was to make it to the final, and that we did, so I'm extremely happy.
What was the plan going in? You do on paper this team from the Westmoreland is a powerhouse, but maybe not having the players they normally have. But what was the plan going in?
Well, we wanted to come and bat last. We wanted to chase. We back ourselves to chase because they have a weaker bowling attack. So when we lost the toss and they decided to bat, it really went into our favour, especially with the overcast conditions. And as you saw, we have 3 very quality pace bowlers. So it just worked in our favour. We wanted to bat, we wanted to chase. We back ourselves. We have 4 to 5 batsmen in form, and so we wanted to bat to win the game.
So when you saw 98 runs, they're restricting them to 98 runs from that 20 overs, 98 for 9, but basically you can say 98 all out because 10 players were utilised. When you saw that, when you went to the dressing room, what was the plan coming out to go all guns are blazing?
Well, the plan was to win the power play. Jermaine Morgan, he's a naturally aggressive player. He has been down on form for the past 3 or 4 games, and we stuck with him and we told him that go out and play a natural game, and that he did. So we just wanted to win the power play. Once we won the power play, we have batsmen who could come in and rotate the strike and get the score. And so I think that we did that extremely well.
Yeah, you were caught in the deep though, trying to go for a 6, and trying to bring up the victory with a meticulous 6. that was in your mind.
That definitely was on my mind. You know, I really wanted to finish in style. The breeze was going to that direction, so I backed myself to, to hit it for 6. However, it fell just inches short, so I have to live with that.
Yeah, because I saw the ball. The breeze actually took the ball, though, carried it, but didn't carry it far enough. It was waiting on the fielder, dropped right in his lap, and that was it. That is the story that was told. How do you celebrate this victory, if you're going to celebrate it any at all?
We'll definitely celebrate. We have to rejoice in the small victories. You know, this is not where we wanted to stop. We definitely want to come into the final and put out a good showing. However, being that we made it to the final, we'll see some place over there, probably with a crate of beer, and we'll be celebrating in that fashion.
Man, the red people are really here to you, know.
Oh gosh, man, we're a team that love our whites, so we'll definitely have that as well.
All right, so it will be flowing.
Definitely.
Preparation for the final next week, Sunday?
So we'll have a couple training sessions in the week, and we'll communicate as a team. I think that's where one of our biggest strengths. Each and everyone knows the plan, knows what we're about. So when we are on the field, everybody moves in accordance to the plan. So we'll definitely try and do more of the same.
All right, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you very much.
All right, don't celebrate too much.
Not a problem. All right.
Brian Clark, the captain of the Fairfield unit from Manchester, going on to the final. The 2021 champions wanting to add another notch on their belt, searching in 2023.
ready.